tweet. Where do you think stand with those two?
Yeah, we met with Nate last week. I don't know where we ended up with it, but I just popped in and said hi, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Do you still like the idea of a fight between those two, or do you maybe move on to something else with Nelson maybe?
Yeah.
Something else?
Yeah.
Any ideas? Okay, thank you, man.
Real quick.
Yep.
Oh, here to your left.
I keep staring at this guy back there. His mic doesn't work.
A lot of fans were here supporting Korean Zombie. He said at the media day that he knew that this was likely his last title shot. Obviously, 35 years of age. If you could put into words what the Korean Zombie means for the promotion, obviously somebody that headlined many events and run just fantastic fights.
Yeah, I mean, you heard tonight. I mean, we're in Jacksonville, Florida, and the crowd was chanting Zombie. I mean, he's one of the most beloved fighters in the UFC. You know, he's put on war after war after war for us, and he's one of the nicest human beings in the world, and he's one of the most exciting fighters. You know, I love the kid. So.
And talking about Khamzat, what's his ceiling like on his star power? I mean, he's definitely a unique fighter. Do you put him side to side to the rise of Conor McGregor, to the rise of Ronda Rousey?
Yeah, I mean, he's gone that fast. I mean, the kid, I mean, in Fight Island, remember that day he said, I want to fight again next week. I said, okay, let's do it. And ever since then, man, he's been like a rocket ship. I think he's got 3.5 million followers on Instagram. You saw what happened tonight.
Now we've seen the UFC sort of...
Where have you ever seen somebody with 4 fights other than Ronda?
We've seen the UFC starting to go to other cities. Columbus, we saw a London show as well. Now you have the Singapore show booked. What does it feel to be back on the road and be sort of opening up again after sort of the monotony of Las Vegas and Florida and Texas?
Yeah, I wouldn't say there was a monotony of Florida and Texas. I thank God for Florida and Texas. It wasn't Florida and Texas. That's why I keep coming back here. I told these guys that I would reciprocate for doing what they did during the pandemic. So, yeah, I'm excited to get back on the road and start going to these new places. But, yeah, I'm definitely not tired of Florida or Texas.
And last one for me, we saw the featherweight belt on the line. A lot of contenders obviously in the division, but a lot of people are wondering what's going on with Zabit Nurmagomedov. Do you know what's going on with him? What's the update? He hasn't fought in a while, and just happened.
What's going on with
Zabit?
Oh, Zabit? I don't know what's going on with Zabit. Yeah, I don't know the answer to that question.
When's the last time you talked?
I haven't. I haven't done. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. The matchmakers know what's going on with that. I don't know. I have no idea. Okay.
Dana, it's the third time you've been to Jacksonville, particularly in Florida. 3 very different circumstances. In 2020 was fanless. Last year was the return back, and this year it seems back to normal. You mentioned specifically about Florida, but Jacksonville. How much of a part of UFC has Jacksonville meant to you these last 3 years?
Jacksonville means a lot to me. That's why I've come back here as many times as I have. I told them that I would. And, your mayor here has been incredible. The governor came here tonight to the event. He's been incredible. So, I love this town. I love your politicians. And, I'd come back here every weekend.
Be back here in 2023, I assume?
Probably. If they call me, I will. All we got to do is call, and I'm here.
Dana, obviously the pandemic has played its part, but it's been a very long time since Alex Volkanovski has fought back in Australia.
Yep.
Are there plans in place for the UFC to bring an event down there for Alex to headline this year?
No, we won't be there this year. Where are you from?
Australia.
Well, you know what's going on over there, man. Come on, the place is still locked down. I can't risk, trying to bring a show over there, get there, and have it shut down. I mean, I think that just happened to Formula One, didn't it?
I think it's still on.
Huh?
Still on. Melbourne.
I don't know. Didn't it get canceled? Like the cars were on the track, and the show got canceled. Huh?
The F1 race is like
It's happening?
Yeah.
They didn't shut it down?
We're all lap full.
Let me show you what I know. Yeah, I was hearing yesterday that they shut it down. So I don't know. Hope I answered your question.
Dana, you spoke about reach around the globe, and you have spoken before regarding going to Puerto Rico, opening a performance center there. We have Tisha Torres fighting tonight, very close fight against her. We have Miguel Baeza next week. We got Rob Font and Carlos Candelario later this month. So we have the fighters that we can put a show in Puerto Rico. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, Puerto Rico is a place that I would love to go to an event. And yes, a PI too. Yeah, I mean the answer is yes.
Is there an update on regards to on the PI?
Well, we're still looking for a spot in Mexico. We had a spot, then COVID hit, so that whole thing fell apart. Then we had another spot recently, and that deal fell through somehow. And I think we actually have a new site. We know? Are we getting a new site? Mexico. Yeah. So,
But regarding Puerto Rico, do you have a date to open up or start building a PI over
I don't
there?
even have Mexico yet. That's what I'm saying.
Mexico has to go first.
Yeah, Mexico's first. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you still think that Khamzat Chimaev and Colby Covington, it's a good fight for Khamzat as a next fight?
Yeah.
Not
Khamzat's going to be the number 2 guy in the world now.
maybe Bilal Muhammad or another guy.
What's that?
Bilal Muhammad or another guy as an opponent for Khamzat.
Do you think Bilal would be a better fit for Jacksonville?
Yes, Bilal.
What do you think about Khamzat versus Bilal Muhammad?
Sure.
Thank you.
Dan, straight down the middle. Are you targeting any other cities in the U.S. right now to go back to for shows?
To go back where?
Are you targeting any other like U.S. cities for shows?
Any other U.S. cities? Like,
Ones you haven't returned to since the pandemic.
what's the question?
Are we targeting any other U.S. cities to travel to for events?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're going to go everywhere. I mean, we're pretty much back on the road again.
Yeah, I was asking for specifics. Sorry, that was unclear.
Specific states?
Or cities or venues you're looking to go to.
We're talking about possibly Boston, back to New York again. We're talking about, we're looking at some Austin. That's Texas, though. They don't want to hear Texas. They're tired of Texas and Florida. Salt Lake City, Utah, that's right. Salt Lake. Seattle, we were looking at. Yeah.
Thank you.
Toronto.
Any plans for Mexico?
No, we don't have anything lined up for Mexico.
Anything else?
When's
You going with
Toronto?
me?
When's Toronto?
What was that?
When's Toronto?
Toronto?
When would that be?
Probably if we end up in Toronto, it'll be later in the fall. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.